Petition to fire Fresno State professor attracts 10,000 signatures. Just a correction on that. It's actually now at 25,000. Literally in a matter of minutes. It is rising so goddamn fast. And this is all bad news for this professor. It really is. Let's jump into it. A petition to fire the Fresno State professor who called the latest Barbara Bush an amazing racist has attracted over 10,000 or 25,000 in reality now signatures as of Tuesday morning. The appeal calls upon the California State University Fresno to terminate the employment of the English professor Rhonda Jarrett for her comments she made about Bushes shortly after her death. By the way, link in the petition below. If you want to go and sign it, I'm not going to stop you. Personally, look, I hate the idea of stooping to the left's tactics. That said, I fully understand why people are doing it. The left don't seem to be letting up on this tactic, so I'm not going to judge anybody that does it. I'll just say that. Immediate termination of Professor Rhonda Jarrett from racism and inflammatory comments regarding a former First Lady of the United States, Barbara Bush, the petition reads. Jarrett has come under fire after calling Bush an amazing racist and says that she was happy that the witch is dead. Wow. Just hours after she died. Wow. Okay. Wow. I didn't even know about that one. The professors who currently are subject to an internal university investigation and on leave for the semester also boasted that she can't be fired because she's a tenure professor. That is, they do have extra protections as far as I understand, but I also understand that it is actually possible to fire people. So, you know, you might be counting your chickens before they hatch. Anyway, let's keep going. As I work as a tenure professor, I make $100K per year doing that. I will never be fired. I will always have people wanting to hear what I have to say, she wrote on Twitter. Jarrett also drew the ire of people for posting a phone number of a crisis hotline at Arizona State University, falsely claiming that the number is hers. The hotline normally receives just a few calls per week, but was flooded with calls. By the way, they don't actually say that in this article, but that crisis number they're talking about is a suicide hotline number. God knows if anybody tried to contact that number needing actual help and couldn't get through because she decided to post the number on Twitter and claim it was hers, and a whole bunch of people rang and blocked the number. Now look, yes, people should have gone through and checked and yada yada yada. Yes, there is two people responsible in this. The people that tried to block the number or tried to troll her or whatever, and her for giving out the number. But at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, she gave out the number, knowing full well what would have happened. So, God knows if anybody was hurt or killed or injured because of her little stunt. The controversy over the professor's remarks prompted some donors of the university to consider pulling out financial support if Jarrett isn't removed from the position. Ed Dunkel Jr., I might be mispronouncing, who made sizable foundation contributions to Fresno State, said he awaits the outcome of the controversy before deciding whether to close his checkbook. People still have checkbooks? I have a lot of friends that I've been talking to, and these people who donate now and are talking about holding back. Some are even questioning whether to send their kids to Fresno State, Dunkel told the Fresno Bee. But while Fresno State leadership has condemned Jarrett for her comments about Bush, she received backing from adversary groups saying her speech was protected under the First Amendment. Yeah, technically it is, so yeah. While I don't like her comments, she does have the right to say them. Quote, Jarrett's tweets are unquestionably protected speech under First Amendment, and Fresno State has no power to punish, censor, or terminate Jarrett for them. Adam Stainsberg, Senior Program Officer for FIRE, Foundation of Individual Rights in Education, said in a statement to Fox News. Oh wow, the left actually do care about freedom of speech. It's just when it's their freedom of speech they care about. That's good to know. It's not like, well, I wonder what would happen if a conservative, let's send Milo to Fresno State to do a talk, and let's see how they care about freedom of speech then. Because I tell you what, I imagine it would be very, very different. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comment section below. You reckon they would actually support Milo for freedom of speech, or do you reckon this might be a case of she's on our team, so we'll support freedom of speech for this one occasion? The embattled professor also applauded at the literary festival she was forced to withdraw from amid the controversy. This just seems like left wing sticking up for left wing, to be honest. But then, the right does it too, I suppose. So, okay, what's the takeaway from all this? Okay, so the actual, the petition itself is actually up to 25,000 signatures. And as far as I know, is still climbing. The link to that, obviously, is in the description below. Like I say, look, I'm not going to sign it myself just because of the fact that I support freedom of speech, no matter how fat and ugly someone might be. But at the end of the day, yeah, she has a right to her freedom of speech, and I have a right to criticize her for my freedom of speech. But yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, look, the left use these tactics all the time, and I understand the argument that if we don't do the same thing in return, they're just going to win the war. And it's a good old example that, sure, we can stick to our morals and our high ground and everything like that, and we can lose the culture war, or we can fight fire with fire. They can get a taste of their own medicine, and maybe they'll stop resorting to these tactics. I can understand both sides. I really can. Like I say, look, I'm not going to stop anybody from signing the petition. I'm not going to crucify anybody for signing the petition. I don't care if you sign it or not. You make your own choices. But at the end of the day, I'm just not going to sign it because free speech, I suppose. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you support free speech? Do you support free speech but not in this instance? Do you support free speech and think she should be fired? Or do you support free speech and think she shouldn't be fired? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. We'll have a discussion about it. Apart from that, guys, obviously at the end of the day, if this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Oh, and Fox, if you see this video, update your friggin' website. It's 25,000, not 10.